It's 9 o'clock Jones.
Are we just gonna leave this in so we can monitor our audio?
You know, I think that's fine. Just to monitor some audio.
We have.
Hi, Joneses. The Joneses of Jonestown. Actually, don't say Jonestown. I was thinking about this the other day.
Oh, that one cult.
It's that cult.
Yeah.
I kept saying Jonestown, and I was like, shoot.
The mayor of Jonesville.
The mayor of Jonestown, Jones.
You can say Jonesville. Jonesville's not a thing.
Jonesville is not a thing.
Actually,
Let's
Maybe
Google that. Make sure
Jonesville
that's not
is
got
a
a
thing.
cultural, like a cult following back in that one.
Jonesville.
Jones is probably not a good thing.
Oh my gosh, it is. Jonesville. Jonesville what?
Jonesville, North Carolina. So let's go to
I
Jonesville.
need to go visit Jonesville.
What is up, Elijah? How you doing, buddy? Tell me how this
Elijah.
audio sounds, because we are listening. We are tethered to each other yonder, but we don't actually like. We can hear the stereo output, but we have a mono output going out to you.
So
tell me what you're
how
hearing.
does our voices sound? Also, isn't this cool thing look cool? It's a little chaotic.
It's a little
not
bit-
the typical. Like,
We just like having.
minimal
I stand having it
facility.
off the desk, out of frame.
It is.
But it'd have to be way up here, and
It's more like
I can't
direct.
connect it to my boom pole, and I'm steamed.
This is also true. It's a little. You'd have to get something that could connect into this. That could
Then
like
connect-
a Shure mic. Yes.
Wait, no.
To connect. Into
Oh,
here.
yeah, you could do like
Yes.
an NGT 30 or whatever it is.
But
they're called.
today we have this.
Hey friends. Hey,
What's up? Oh, Leanne's here.
Leanne's here and Elijah's
Queens.
here. We stand some queens. Queen and a king.
Yeah.
Joy's here.
Joy.
Guys, the
Joy, I
MVPs
got
are
a
here.
mask from you
But I'm
today.
kind of confused where Katie the human is. She never forgets.
This is true.
And
Yes.
Hannah.
She does. Oh.
Maybe they're here and they're just
Hiding out.
they're just hiding out, checking to see if we're
They might be
noticing.
busy. You never
They
know.
might be a little busy, too.
Sophia's here.
So-
What up?
You guys.
We got Chris.
You
Good
know,
evening.
having our ears tethered like this, I'm gonna take this out. You can just
You don't
monitor
like
audio
it?
all you like.
I just think it's
I just
fun.
feel like I have to sit like this if I'm doing that.
We look like we're tethered.
Like
Siamese
that's-
twins.
Siamese twins, if you know what I mean.
You know, at one point in our lives, we were. probably
How's this?
Siamese.
How's this?
The audio is
Echoey. So not a good thing.
Not good. Actually, I'm gonna unplug this from the ears.
Just tell us if that helped. And it might be.
Ouch.
Oh shoot! It might be because it's mono.
You take it off mono.
I'll take it off mono.
If you guys have earphones in, you'll probably need earphones in because
Or
one side.
no, you won't necessarily need earphones. It just depends.
Actually, it
Let's
looks.
see.
It feels good.
It feels good on there. It's not echoey now.
I mean, keep talking.
Is my exposure too much?
Paul, stop talking about your exposure. Listen to this.
Maybe it is the earphones that they're hearing.
There's like two microphones. There is. So there's two sides to this microphone.
Oh, see how it sounds echoey? I'm going to change it back to...
It does feel a little echoey. You were right.
Now let's see if that's better. Let's see if this sounds better. That does sound less echoey, doesn't it?
I didn't hear it change.
No, it doesn't. It sounds so echoey. It's now in a mono or a stereo format.
It's still not good.
Ooh,
It doesn't
that's even
sound-
worse.
It doesn't sound not good to my ears. Up in here.
I could change audio formats to a different microphone.
but I'm sad.
I'm just...
Well, we're gonna go on with this stream, and we're gonna let Paul continue to work on that. How are you guys? Welcome to Tuesday night.
Why is it doing that? I'm confused.
Just lean in and talk like robots. Yes.
I talk 30 ASMR.
Are we? Oh wow, that does sound really good.
Yeah. Maybe that's
And weird, but still weirdly echoey. But like, why? Why is it so echoey? I'm confused, and this is weird. This is a little strange. We were gonna do a stream about things you should stop asking twins. We can still do that. Paul is now working on switching the audio formats back to our old audio format. Eat chips. Oh, some ASMR requests from Lisa. Hello.
Lisa. No.
Crazy. Maya's here. We have. People are saying that we sound like robots. I do kind of feel like it sounds like we're robots.
Yeah, I'll have to play with it later. It's a very nice microphone, and it works really well to do voiceovers.
It is a really nice
But
microphone.
I'm afraid that it's interfering with the interface of the OBS. Can you? I can't leave this. Can you grab me?
Oh, you need.
I need weight.
Please hold.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
What?
Oh, it's gonna take me a minute to switch that mic around. Because Jones.
I don't know if you can hear him, but he did say that it might take him a second to get his switched around. But we're gonna do it.
You know, this is just gonna have to happen for just a sec. Cutie's offline for a sec. We are.
I don't think I've ever asked you anything twin related, said Leanne. That's fair. Jesse's watching too. He wanted me to tell you. Oh, hi Jesse. Hello.
Okay. Now I'm.
It sounds good. It
Yeah.
sounds. Is that lemon?
That's this one.
Oh, good. Well, now we can take this guy off.
It's that day. We tried. The stupid thing is you can't test this stuff until.
Also, I'm having the wrong ear. Here we go.
Is this in frame?
Everyone's like, oh, that's better. It's back to normal.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah, we're trying to switch things up a bit.
It's not. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so things are good.
Things are better.
Or things are better.
Things are good. Okay. Audio's back to.
Everyone, calm down.
Everyone's good.
It's fine.
Just a second.
Also, Jesse's watching.
Hello, Jesse.
Welcome, Jesse, to our
Welcome,
live stream.
Excuse me.
Oops. ASMR Jones
I know.
is no more. Unless we talk up here like this.
Do not. Do not. We did make that mono. Is that? Can you listen to it again? I made it mono because this for some reason when I plug this mic into this jack, it does this weird thing. But
It's just quiet, but maybe that's my computer.
oh, I can jack it up.
Oh,
It's not hitting. Okay.
they're saying that that's better, so I think we're fine.
Okay.
Does it sound okay? Everyone giving
Is
thumbs
it
up?
loud enough?
Is it loud
Do I
enough?
need to bump it?
We might need to bump it, but
Because it is a different input than normal.
Tracy says, "Leave it, Paul."
But Tracy,
Tracy knows best.
my one in unhealth is just spazzing.
Yeah.
So it must mean I'm unhealthy. I'm very unhealthy. Also, you see how bright that is? I need to adjust the exposure, but I'm not going to.
Paul,
I'm not going
it's
to.
fine.
I'm not going to. Calm down. I'm not going to. Tracy, I'm gonna stop touching it.
Okay, so today
Yeah.
we're gonna actually move on.
Oh.
To what we're gonna actually move on to what we actually decided
Oh, yes.
to do here, which is questions. 12 ridiculous questions. I found this article and I wanted. Paul has not read this yet.
I haven't. I have no idea.
And I've only read part of it. I was like, this is too good. I'll read this live.
A picture here of the Allie is not Allie and Amy.
They're sisters. They're not twins.
They're not
Of the twins from Full House.
Yeah. What is their names?
Shoot. Now
I'm
blanking.
blanking. Now that I'm blanking, you're blanking. And now I'm thinking Allie and AJ, which is not.
It is not Allie and AJ.
Shoot.
Shoot. No, I don't know.
It's quarantine. We're all unhealthy in our Enneagram. True.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Thanks, Mariah, and also
Also,
thank you guys so much. The Olsen twins. That's right.
The
So
Olsen
there's a picture of them on the top of this article, and this starts by talking about how twins are often stereotyped, and which is true. And Paul and I kind of do fall into several stereotypes, but we're gonna go through these 12 questions that are ridiculous that you should stop asking twins. I'm not doing this because I'm like been triggered by someone asking me too many twin questions. That is not the case at all.
honestly, I enjoy the twin questions.
I think twin questions are actually kind of interesting because you do tend to get a lot of them and a lot of the same ones. You do get that a lot, but
the only thing that you should stop asking a twin is when they tell you that they're a twin, believe them. Because let me tell you, old ladies at the drive-thru at Splitlog, when I tell you I'm a twin, that's not a funny joke. And I still don't know your order. So
okay, it's fine. It's
triggered.
fine.
Okay.
Triggered and
I was a
sugar.
little triggered and shit.
It's fine. It's okay that you're a little triggered, but
Yeah.
but
A little steamed.
Also, they have no. They would probably assume that I would joke with them. So
Yes, but like that's not a funny joke.
it's not a funny joke.
Uh-uh.
It's not.
It's like why would that be a joke?
Yes.
Like who would wake up in the morning like I should tell this funny joke at work today to this
I'm
regular.
gonna tell every regular and goes in that I'm a twin.
That I'm a twin and I don't know their order.
They're never gonna guess it. Yeah, but why? Because the whole idea is that if I know your order, that's like efficient.
Yeah, and
helpful.
you're like so excited about that.
I'm excited to know your order.
Yeah. And then if I was going in and being like, oh, I'm his twin and I don't know his order, I'd still bring it up.
Yeah.
It's still like a joke.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, No, I'm actually
You're
his twin.
when you're deer in the headlights.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah.
Figure it out, ladies. Paul, for context, for subcontext, Paul has worked. So I worked at a coffee shop, a very busy coffee shop, and Paul came and filled in for several months, and still does sometimes. Just
Once
when
this
quarantine's over, but we guys need help right now.
When we need people, he comes in and helps, and so
Twin girl.
people
Yeah.
didn't. I've worked there for over a year now, and so I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of people's orders, and I know a lot of names, and we have a lot of regulars.
Yeah.
But Paul doesn't know those people,
Of course not.
But they know him because he looks like me, and so it can get a little frustrating, and people don't always believe you when you say, "I'm his twin brother. I don't know your
You're
order."
like in the middle of a rush, and they don't tell you their order.
They're just like, "Oh,
They're like, "Ha ha ha! You're his twin. That's so funny." And you're like, "Yes. Now tell me your order."
Yeah, so Paul got frustrated at that, but which is, I don't think that's a normal thing that twins typically deal with. Especially, we haven't looked this much alike since we were probably 17.
Or even before that, probably.
Yeah, younger, like
Younger.
pre-pubescent.
Yeah.
We looked
and it's
a lot
because
alike.
we shifted in weight a lot.
Yeah.
And I gained a lot of weight in college, and
And I gained a lot of weight earlier.
prior, and then lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So we kind of
now we look more alike than we have ever before, but we still like do things like keep our beards at different lengths, and our face shapes is different. Like mine's more heart shaped.
Maya, we do not wear the same color, blue to match, because we would, if we were to wear the same color, we would wear the same color. This
Yes.
color is just
I don't
similar.
have. Yeah, we
I
both
have
have
this
this
shirt.
shirt.
I should have
love
worn
it,
this
yeah.
shirt, and we could have been twins.
That would have been funny. Oh, y'all wear blue on purpose?
Yeah,
Match.
we're trying to match up in
We're
here.
trying to match. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so that whole thing, yeah, that's frustrating, but that's not like a typical like
No, that's not
stereotypical
no.
like thing that would be
Ask me some questions.
repeatable. Sorry. Okay.
Let's get
So
to it.
first,
Emily Jones?
quote. It must be fun to share everything. You must have a double the outfit choices and never have a day where you struggle with what to wear. That's not ever the case.
We don't share clothes.
We really don't.
And honestly,
very
Luke-
rarely.
And and a lot of this has to do with sizing. But like for me, for a long time, I was so much bigger than you are, and even now, we're getting to the point where I'm starting to be able to like wear your pants. But before, it was like, oh, I just need to borrow this shirt, and then Luke would have like a small, and you're like,
I can't wear that. Or
Yeah.
I would have a medium, and you could wear that.
Yeah.
We would have some shirts
Some
that would
shirts,
crossover,
yeah.
but for the most part.
when you're in a pinch, it was helpful. But most of the time,
But then Paul lost a ton of weight in a rapid amount of time.
it
and
wasn't
then
rapid. It was in 2 years.
But like in a time where that's fast. I don't know. Like it was 2 years, but like the last 6 months have been
Right.
like pretty rapid.
Pretty rapid.
And so like he didn't have any dress pants, and I had dress pants that he could wear. So there's like that kind of stuff that. Yeah, but at the same time, I wear my clothes and you wear your clothes.
Tracy, I still don't understand. You guys are noticeably different. I almost went to your names because I'm absent-minded.
Honestly,
I don't even care.
Some people, I don't know if it's in this article, but some people think that it is like the biggest like insult to mix up a twins' name, and I don't know about this for other twins. For me, I don't care because I've worked with other twins, and I remember when I counseled at camp, I had identical twins in my cabin, and I got Grant and Blake's name wrong all the time. So it does not bother me. I get it. It's confusing, and also even if we don't look that much alike to you, it's still like there's two people that are moderately similar.
Honestly,
and it's easy to mix up.
Even the minute that we got, like when I meet another set of like fraternal twins, it doesn't matter, especially boy-girl twins are a little different, but if it's a boy and a boy and they don't look anything alike, I still mix up whose name goes with which person because they've told me they're a twin, and I'm already mixing it up.
Like it's psychologically like
So
imposed to mix them
Tracy,
up.
when you call me Luke, like it's never a problem.
Not a big deal.
No,
Not
because
a big
because I'm there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have so much grace for that.
We do not mind.
But I also do think that like
Sure.
the whole clothing thing, going back to the question, is that like most of the clothes that we have bought, and this is something that like has changed more in like the more recent years, but like we would generally, when we buy stuff, buy two of that thing.
Right.
Like it was generally like we had outfits that we would just like match, especially all growing up.
Like yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't that we had extra clothes in your wardrobe. It was just that you had the same clothes in another person's wardrobe.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you wanted to wear the same shirt 2 days in a row,
and we
you could.
have always had a similar style for the most part of like what we wear, and so
In
Like,
the more
I
recent
think that-
year, it's changed a little bit, but not much.
We still wear t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
For the most part, we're
That's
very
true.
basic, but
That's true.
but yeah, like okay, Emily Jones hopped on and said that I logged on because of the title. There's so many things people say to me and my twin. My sister and I are fraternal twins. So we don't get as many as identical twins. I'd say that you probably still get some questions though, and that's not invalid. But
Yeah.
it doesn't just because you're fraternal doesn't make you invalid.
Yeah, I do think it was interesting. Katie said that she has an easy time telling us apart, but I could see why people would mix you up. I think it's interesting to, as a twin, because your entire life you're compared to one another.
Yeah.
But I also think that it's interesting that like you meet, at least Luke and I, and we look a lot, I think a lot more like now than we ever have. And people will still walk in and be like, you guys, either it's one of two things, or there's three. You look similar. I can see how you could be twins. Or you look nothing alike. Or you look so similar, I can't even tell that there's two of you. So like, it's interesting because I think every person looks at people a little bit differently. I think just like we all think differently, we all feel differently, all of that I think that we see differently too. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's important to understand and be gracious to those, because some people like Tracy from day one had no problem telling us apart. Right. But then some people just have a slew of problems telling us apart.
Which I think too, and we've talked about this with other people as well, but as soon as you get to know us, it's almost immediate. It does not take long.
No.
And we don't take long to get to know.
And I also do think it's helpful when you know one twin better than the other.
Well, Steven said that. He said it's always awkward when I know one twin better than the other, and I'll start a conversation with one thinking it's one twin, and then the other twin, and I find out it's not the twin I thought it was. That is
my problem.
But also we'll like
play into
the
that.
The problem is we kind of play with that. People do that to us all the time, and instead of like stopping the conversation, being like, "I actually have no idea what you're talking about," unless it's really important, I'll like try to go with it as long as I can, and be like, maybe I'll figure out. Maybe Paul told me something about this conversation, but for the most part,
I will play it as long as I can until like they ask me a question that I cannot answer.
I'm not actually,
and then I can be like, "Oh, I didn't want."
Especially in a fast-paced environment like where we work.
Right. When I would be in the drive-thru and I'm trying to just work with a person, usually people are pretty respectful and they'll tell you their order if you look like you don't remember it. Like they just don't assume you'll know it. But the people that do assume you know, that's where it's frustrating. And it's like, I can't work with you. But some people just will start talking to you about how last week, or a dog, I was out of the annex and I was running back in, and somebody pulled up and rolled their window like, "She's here!" And it was a dog, and I didn't know the name of the dog. So Luke does know all the names of the dogs. He loves the dogs, the puppers. And so I walked up and I was like, "Hello, how are you?" And I was petting it, and she growled at me at first, and then she let me pet her. I walked inside, and then you rung her up, and no, I did. But you were
in the background,
on bar, and so when I came in, she saw you back there. She's like,
"This is really hard to explain."
She's like, "I knew you were the twin because." I think it was I don't remember which dog it was, but she because she growled at me. That's how she could tell that I was Paul.
Okay, so Mariah says but you also each have your own matching outfits. That was from a while back. Yes, we do have our own matching outfits. We do have outfits that match, but more because of events and things. Emily says,
sorry.
When we were kids, my mom always bought us the same clothes but different colors. We also have that happen.
Joy just said that she said, to be fair, I had somebody yesterday who wasn't willing to tell me the order because they thought I should know it. And I don't look like anybody, I don't think.
Joy, I think I know exactly who you're talking
about.
Do I know who you're talking about? It's not a her, it's a him.
No, I know.
Anyway.
I know there's one girl that me and Della were talking about the other day.
Okay. So anyway.
Les Lyons!
Hold on. We're going to back up. I got to get to these comments on the comments.
Sorry.
So Maya said, Jesse, do people ever ask if y'all are related? LOL. We do get asked that, but people will ask that like probing if you're twins, but don't want to ask if you're twins. And we usually can tell what that is. Like, yeah, we're twins. Or some people say, are you brothers? And we'll say, no, we're twins.
No,
it's just like different.
Which is ironic. I don't know why we say no.
That is just kind of an ironic joke. Rose said, my mother mixes up me and my siblings' names, and we're not even twins, LOL. Jeremy said, I know you guys don't have much...
so I don't have a problem.
Yeah. I'm just glad you don't have
similar names.
Yeah. We are so hard. We've thanked my parents multiple times. We had next door neighbors who were fraternal twins. One had blonde hair and one had brown hair. They looked nothing build-wise, nothing alike. And their names were Jaden and Jared. And for the life of me, until they moved away when they were probably 10 years old, I could not tell them apart.
I still couldn't tell you. If I saw pictures, I would be like,
Jared has blonde hair. And I can only tell you that because of Facebook.
Like, being able to see Jaden? I thought Jaden had blonde hair.
But see, that's shoot, now I'm overthinking. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Wes Lyons, you're related?
Wes Jones.
Also, Wes, hello, welcome.
We love you.
We love you. We miss you. Ronald and Donald, LOL. Sophia said, I love
the customer tea.
Same.
Just mess with people when they ask if you're twins. You say you're best friends. There was one time somebody asked us if we were twins, and we were like, "No, we met in college."
Yeah, we
and we played it way too long. But then they just figured
They just believed us.
They just believed us, and I was like, "Oh, that was less."
It was not. It was not funny.
No.
We're not comedians, so we should just try not to make
take jokes.
The jokes that we can make are no, we're twins.
Yeah, and we say it at the same time, and everyone's like, "That's so cute."
Wes, how are you? Mariah said that. Okay, so question number 2. Question subset in like you must share everything, so we're still in that category.
Yeah.
2 is what about women or men? Like, what do you like? Do you share?
Oh, because
Or
this
do
is
you
talking about like
confusing,
gender neutrally.
Gender neutral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which for like no. Mariah can attest to that.
Somebody
do
said,
not share.
This article says, "What about this?" And they're like, "What about them? You know, we've heard it all." Like somebody will say, "Twins have more fun." Yeah, yuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not something we've ever done. Anything.
Gross.
No, my mom and my mom's older sister, look a lot alike. Like they could
Mariah,
be twins.
heck no.
So my mom and my aunt look a lot alike, and
Yeah.
they're not twins, but they look like they could be. Even to this day, they still look like they could be.
And they keep getting the same
But
haircuts.
my
They're
but
my
my
favorites.
dad one time got them mixed up and was like went to hug my aunt and
From
she
behind.
like she like ducked and like
Yeah, it was
told
like,
like
"Wrong
wrong
woman,"
woman and,
or-
and my and my dad was like shoot like that was
Yeah.
creepy, but we've never had anything like that happen, and like no yuck.
Oh yes, Mariah. I won't share that one, but that one is yes. Ew.
Wait, what?
No. Did I not tell you about that story? I'll have to tell you later. It's not a story for the live stream.
Oh, I know that.
Yes,
Oh, it does.
you know that. Story.
Okay, Emily said, fun fact, my great-grandma was a twin too. Her name was Ella, and her twin's name was Zella. You literally have your name and your sister's name. No,
Zella
thank
could
you.
never go by anything else. She couldn't even go by Ella.
No.
Zella
But although
by Ella.
Zella is a great name.
I do love Zella.
I think also
you could
Ella's
call her
great.
Z and Ella.
Z and Ella.
Or
yeah.
Z and L.
That would work.
But
But this is
I should have known your grandma.
Ew, heck no. Everyone's like,
I'm gonna start some
freaking
tea
out.
water. Just a second.
Okay, it's already started. It might not take long to actually do that. Okay. Next, going on number 3. I'm sure you tell each other everything. This is kind of true. I don't think that's a dumb question to ask necessarily, but it's not really a question. It's more of a statement.
Well, I mean, you tell her everything within reason.
Yeah, you tell everything within reason, but you don't like.
But I
don't
think
know.
that like you and I are different in that we were kind of
Well, they can't hear you, Paul. So
sorry.
we're a little different in that we live together. So we're living in the same apartment. Our lives are fairly intertwined. So the things like we go to church together, we're dancers and we go to rehearsals together. We do a lot of our YouTube stuff is together. Every TikTok we're both in them. So things like that. Like our lives are kind of, I guess, intertwined. So in that sense, we do tell each other a lot. But you don't say I don't.
I think we forget a lot.
We forget a lot of stuff that we don't tell each other. I don't know. Do you have the same birthday? That's on this list.
Don't ask that question.
I do. That is an annoying birthday because people will ask that, and I do have to answer that question like, yes.
I mean,
If you're a child and you don't
Yes.
understand what a twin is, I get it. I'll answer that question.
they were born at the same time.
But if it's like somebody trying to be funny, I think that's like ridiculous. I'm like, okay, stop. Calm down. It's not a big deal. Hold on, I gotta check the stream. Hold on. My cousins are Hannah and Savannah.
Steven said he knows a leaf and a Lyle.
Oh
No.
Ooh.
Valerie and Brent Harworth, thank you for naming us Paul and
Yes.
Luke.
There's one time in high
Did
school,
you know-
a stranger
funny
came up
sto-
behind me in lunch and started rubbing my shoulders because he thought I was another kid who looked like me. It was so awkward.
Ugh.
Are you really similar in personality? Yeah. But we've also, I think,
Technically, if you know anything about the Enneagram, I'm a 7 and Luke is a 3. Somebody recently told us that if you were in a romantic relationship, those are power couples, and I was like,
okay.
what, is that supposed to make me feel good?
But I think we're similar in a lot of the ways that we process things. So we're I don't know, we're both like kind of success oriented, and there's some things there. But we are like type A and type B a little bit, but you become more type A
In running a business
Yeah.
and having to do
like
all
you
that.
develop skill.
I think
pushed each other in ways.
Yeah, and it was so hard when we
Creatively.
when we were a couple years ago, we started. Somebody wanted us to just type on the Enneagram,
Right.
and so we were trying to do the test. And at first, Luke mistyped as a 7.
As a 7.
I also typed as a 7, which is who I really am.
You
But
identify
then
as, yeah.
it was interesting when you read about 3s. There's a lot of 3 things that like I struggle with, and I think a lot of that's due to our relationship, just that we grew up close.
So close.
We were in a family of 5 kids, and we were in the middle.
So we were kind of like we clung to each other a little bit. And
We had 2 older brothers, and we were kind of in competition with the 2 older brothers, and there was some some family disconnect there. But
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
But it was just that we were like had to hold on. It was like that best friend friendship where you're like,
And
I'm
we were
just a kid and
homeschooled,
life
so-
is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You know, vibe.
And so we just
A
like
lot.
kind of were best buds, and like so I think a lot of that relationally, like personality wise too. I think that we obviously get on each other's nerves really easily. But
Matt
we
DeLuca
also-
and I are 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go T.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like you guys still teach each other everything because your lives are so connected and parallel. If one of you was like married with kids, I think it would be different.
Oh,
I
definitely.
completely agree.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
completely agree with that.
Definitely.
Madison Davis said, "Well, I'm a girl and my twin is a boy." And a lady asked if we were identical. I have often heard that from identical twins, especially. So I have a nephew and
fraternal,
a niece who are fraternal twins, and they're a boy-girl twin. And my aunt or my sister-in-law gets asked if they're identical, and I think
People
it's just
just
a
don't
misunderstanding.
understand
And I
the
don't
way
even-
that works. And there's like
I just think they don't know what they're asking. And
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I know that's a twin thing, and they'll just ask.
Right.
So, but I get that would be very frustrating as a twin who's obviously fraternal because that's how that works.
I don't think I had any issues telling you apart, especially after Paul's alarm clock habits during my second. You know,
Wait, what?
I have a really hard time waking up in the morning. So, and during Elijah, you visited at a very rough time in my life as far as waking up, because I'd be up till 3 or 4 in the morning
Oh, I remember
editing,
this
and then
day.
I'd get up, and my alarms would go off for long periods of time. Like really long periods of time. And poor Elijah was sleeping in the same room as I was, and he thought that for sure this was just a joke, and it was not. That's my real life. And I still struggle to wake up in the morning. I wish, some people can just wake up. They can just like, and I'm awake. I don't know how that works. There is times where like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, wide awake, and that frustrates the crap out of me. But that happens very rarely.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to get my tea.
Thank you, Lisa. This mug was made by
Joy.
By Joy, who was on the stream or was on the stream. I don't know if she still is. But Joy is our dear friend who also works at the coffee shop, and she also makes ceramics. And she has made this. It has our TwinSauce signature, which we don't use really.
we don't
in our
use.
branding, but
We
cool.
thought about.
We just thought we liked it, and so she made it.
And she asked for ideas
Yeah.
to put on mugs.
And so she also made one for Luke. that
And
has-
I just didn't use it today.
This is my go-to mug right now. This is.
Okay,
this
hold
mug.
on. So threes unite. I don't think. Paul's alarm. What was the hardest thing about starting your business? We'll get to that question. That's a really hard question. We're in this question where we're talking about twin stuff, so we'll
come back
try
to
to stay on that.
Yeah.
Mariah, what are you?
Maybe
what are
that's
you
another
on?
live
Also,
stream topic
hi.
entirely.
Allison is one of the people who encouraged us to start making videos on TikTok and keep sending us things, and I love it so much. So.
Parsman also asked to second Hallie's question, so I might have to talk about the hardest thing
Okay.
about starting a business. But
Okay, we'll have to talk about that. We'll try to get to that. Let me get through some of these questions. I have 10 minutes alarm set. Katie, I have 10 alarms set every morning instead of one long.
oh, girl, if it was only 10, I tell you what. Actually, it's about 10.
You do have a lot. I have about 4 that I set, and I
But
usually.
you know
I
when
do
you
it-
have to leave. It's just really hard when.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing about running a business is getting out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
I know, like, if I have to go to a shoot or I'm on my way to go to something, that's stuff that's like dead in the water. I know I have to be up for this. When you have to get up and edit and you actually don't have that much work to do, like during this quarantine, like I do have work to do, but when I don't have a ton of work to do, it is really hard to get out of bed in the morning.
It is hard.
It's really rough.
I get that. I understand that. Okay, back to our questions though.
That's probably the hardest thing about running your own business.
What's
Not
yeah,
having a boss.
Can you read each other's minds? What's she thinking right now at this exact moment? I know that you know. I
No.
get that from people, and when they find out I'm a twin, but
What's he
then
thinking
I
right
immediately be like, I'll just immediately shut it down and be like, no, I can't. We used to, so when we were younger, and then I tell this story. So I say, no, we can't. We have had the same dream from different perspectives, and I was for a while. I could sense your what your emotional state was. So if you were really anxious, I would start feeling anxious, and then be like, "What? I'm not. I have nothing to be anxious about." And then I would find out that you were anxious that day. Other than that, we've never had any kind of thought things that have gone.
Luke, Tracy said, Paul, I never noticed at Kristen and Brett. Listen, when I was at Kristen and Brett's, there was a lot of fun things happening. I didn't want to sleep through those. You see.
Paul was on a adrenaline high. Yeah.
Also, we woke up crazy early that night.
Number 6.
No, listen, I have another.
Sorry.
Parshman said that as your marketing director, you need to advertise these live streams on TikTok, and I would agree with that.
We have over 1,000 followers now. We could go live on TikTok.
Listen,
Cross-platform.
we're over 3,000 followers on TikTok. You guys,
This has been the fastest growing experience of our creative life.
you know what's stupid? Let me just get on my soapbox here for just 1 second. It's not related to twins, but it is related to dancing on TikTok, and I love dancing on TikTok. I love learning these dances. It's good for my brain.
It's great. It's fun.
And I do love TikTok actually a lot.
It's a little pointless, but it's really
super
fun.
pointless. But you know
It's
what's
like a
funny
great
is the most viewed piece of content I've ever made in my life. The most viewed thing. Listen, I have spent countless hours making things on YouTube.
Beautiful things.
Beautiful things. Beautiful
Projects.
things on Instagram. Beautiful projects. I've worked on many projects.
Sleepless nights.
Sleepless nights. Listen, we put 2 hours into a dance. 2 hours into a dance. And filming. And that includes the filming of it. Learning it, filming it, and posting it. 2 hours.
Some hashtags.
Cutie
That's it.
hashtags, whatever. Just a second, I just got to point this is just so frustrating to me. Because
Frustratingly
great.
happy.
It's good. It's a good thing. But I'm just kind of frustrated just a little bit. Listen here. 175.5 thousand views. The most liked thing, 34,000 likes on a Aladdin dance.
It took us 2 hours to learn.
2 hours to learn.
It was frustrating.
a little
A
frustrating.
little rewarding to see some payoff.
Frustrating.
Also, the video itself is not that great.
Don't.
You don't need to go see that.
It's cute. We're cute in it. Cute's about as good a word as it gets. It's
I would not say that it's well
done.
well performed. I think that now I can do it much better, and I'm going to do it again at some point.
Thank you, Steven. It was cool, and I appreciate all the support you
Yeah,
guys have
all
come
the
over and really hung out. And honestly, we were talking to my friend Wes, and he was saying he's like, guys, dig in to those nichier Disney things while you grow them. And it's funny.
Mariah goes One Direction. That's our most viewed video on YouTube, but our most viewed content overall is that Aladdin.
The One Direction video has 70.
Yes, Mariah. Mariah's filming her Aladdin one soon.
Go
follow Mariah
Go
on
follow
TikTok.
Mariah on TikTok.
Oh, never mind. You're talking about the TikTok, not YouTube.
No.
Hannah, welcome. Tracy, oh, poor Paul. All your editing woes.
Tell you what. Let me. Wait. What is it? Oh yeah. So what you're saying is, you feel sorry for me.
Lee K says, you guys did so good. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No, it was fun, and we actually had. Honestly, that dance was so much fun to do. It still is fun to do.
It's still fun to because Mariah came over and we were working on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this would be so fun to do
Yeah.
again. And after that, I was like, oh, these are so much better now. So, Mariah said,
Okay, let's talk. I know that we're talking about twins. I got on the TikTok rant.
Yes.
But the thing about TikTok that I've
I'm
really
not kidding, I will
loved.
be your TikTok manager. Mark my words.
I mean, I'm not mad about that.
Stephanie Waldrop said, I haven't seen y'all live in such a long time.
Stephanie, we've been here every week, but sometimes
back.
the notifications don't go through.
Yeah, if you have notifications turned on, almost just better to set an alarm. If you want to come every week, but you don't have to.
YouTube hates us.
Yeah, YouTube hates us.
It's okay, actually.
Number 6, this one's ridiculous. Can your parents tell you apart? I don't get this question as much.
This isn't one
But
that happens a lot.
When we were really little, they could always tell us apart by just weighing us, but then Paul also had a mole. So Paul has this mole on the side of his...
So there was never a
So there's this
question.
dot. And that's been there his whole life, so
Yeah.
there was never a question.
And honestly, mom even said that when we were little.
Which one are you?
Number
That-
7. We do get
don't.
that. I mean, you can ask that.
You
one,
can
it's
ask that
fine.
one. I don't think that's a stupid question.
Honestly, some of these
You
aren't
don't know.
really stupid
Ask.
questions. They're just questions that get asked to you all the time.
There's a lot. Hey, it's the twins.
I
love
mind
that. I actually like that.
That's fine. That's
I
part of my
like
identity.
being the twins.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Which I can understand how people could be
We
frustrated
get
by that if they want
more-
their own identity.
With the daily vlog and stuff, we
Yeah.
did get
It's TwinSauce!
We got that a lot, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
To be
But I also think that if somebody so at work, if I'm at work and I'm stressing somebody out because they don't know whether to call me Paul or whether to call me Luke,
Right.
I would rather them just turn around and say, "Hey twin, get me this." Because in that moment, the least amount of mental energy that can go into figuring out who I am, the
Right.
better. Because your energy is better spent elsewhere.
Right.
So, like, for me, if you have a good reason for calling me twin, even if you don't, and you just don't know my name, but you need to get my attention, and you say, hey, twin, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know that that's specific to me. Do not call most twins that.
Yeah, I know that that's definitely
For
specific
me,
to us.
and I think also it helps that our YouTube channel is called TwinSauce, and therefore, if someone's like, hey, TwinSauce, then it's like,
Yeah.
that's just like branded.
Okay. So.
Kristen are the friends. I almost always say the twins and Matthew. Yeah, see, and like I think that the twin part has been so much part of my identity that like I don't find it offensive
What?
to be called twin.
Yes. Oh, I'm so
The
glad that
twins.
you're enjoying that purple mattress, Stephanie. I also love my purple
I also
mattress.
same. That's why it's so hard for me to wake up in the morning. That purple mattress.
Hey, Dave, YouTube hates a lot of people. Okay. LOL, when you talk about you guys, when I talk about you guys, oh, you already read that one. Sorry. I get irrationally. I get irrationally annoyed when people call you twin.
Who said this?
Joy.
Oh,
Joy.
Joy.
It's
Okay,
fine.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I do.
I do a lot.
And I think that if I, like, if it was all the time, because it does not happen that much. I remember I met twins in high school when we were seniors, Carolina and Katerina, and they'd grown up in this town. It was a tiny town. We had just moved to the town. And in that town, they had always been known as twin, and I was so jealous of that. They liked it. They like went and they embraced the idea of.
And
like,
they were really,
would
they
go
were
by
really,
twin.
they were really hardcore though about being individual within that identity.
Right.
They did a really good job of
And everyone
balancing
knew
it.
who they were. Like it was
Right.
Katerina
It
and
was
Carolina, and they were identical, but you could still
You
tell
could
them
tell them
apart.
apart.
And but they would like introduce them. They'd be like, you can call me twin. Like I remember that was a thing, and then we had that in common. We all talked about that. But anyway,
Oh, Leanne said that we had girls in our theater company, and I always remember the face of one when I got her name wrong, and she said, "That's not my name."
I will say that-
and it haunts me. That's hard. I hear that.
who said that? Oh,
That's the last comment there.
oh,
That's hard. And also, Tracy, I'm sorry that I blame purple for all my problems. It's not my. It's the fact that I have no self control when I first wake up in the morning.
yes, this is true.
Unless I have to be somewhere, then I can have plenty
So,
of self-control.
I just said it's better to call you twin than your mixed names. Hey puke, get me coffee. LOL. That is a huge. And when we were younger, we had people call us puke all the time because Paul and Luke smashed together as puke. And I think that those kind of things, if puke wasn't such a nasty connotation, then it might actually be okay.
It'd be
Like if it was
fine.
like a funny name, but
Or like-
it's not.
Pock, or like Lual.
But
That's
like
not
that's
cool.
stupid. If it worked,
Yeah.
like if the names
Yeah.
smashed together worked and it was like a fun name, then it was like, oh, okay, that would work.
But puke had such a negative-
such like a terrible, nasty
Yeah.
thought connected to it, and also it's like getting sick, so that's gross. I hated that, so
Yeah.
I did not like that. So if we're talking about that's something don't say.
Stephanie, I appreciate that and I totally approve.
Yeah.
She says she never use. She says I use the twins as
The
a,
twins.
but never singular, never twin.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's true.
and I
don't
think that
mind
that's cool. I like that. I don't mind that.
Lol.
A lot of people do say the twins.
I do
when
like
referring
lol.
to
It sounds
us.
like laughing on the laughing
Lol.
really hard. Lol.
Oh yeah, lol.
Lol.
Actually, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
I like lol.
Lee asked,
I'm
is
crying.
individuality a hard thing while growing up? I definitely, for us, okay. So, and I think this also comes down to our personality types. As a 7 and a 3, we are pretty commonly focused on a couple things. You are pretty success oriented,
Yeah.
and I want to have so much fun right now. What that does is that I'm on board with whatever Luke's going to do. We were literally wired from birth to be best friends and to work together
Yeah.
to make life what it was. So individuality, although important, and I remember my mom every time
trying to like, push individuality on us, and we were like,
and
we're
she's
fine.
like,
well, and I was so controlling.
You were a little
though.
bit manipulative.
I was manipulative.
so there was bad things in this, but there was also some really good things in as far as our relationship that came out of it that were
Right.
like we were close and we were able to work together and we were able to do this.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is nuts. The fact that we can still be best friends now,
Right.
what shouldn't happen, and most twins aren't in the place that we are.
I mean, there are some twins on the stream that I would
Yeah.
love to hear from if you're still
Yeah.
like best friends with your twin.
Right.
But yeah, it is definitely a weird.
But I think some twins get trapped into this world of like I have to be individual and I can't be a twin
and I
anymore.
hit a point in high school where
You
I was
definitely
like,
did.
I want to not dress the same as you. And Paul would actually like be mischievous and be like, he would
As a
wait
little
for me
punk.
he would wait for me to get dressed and then would dress the same way. As
No.
I
Listen, I'd wait till we worked at a grocery store, and sometimes I'd wait till Luke would go to work at the grocery store that I had to go to like a later shift at, and I would go dress the exact same way he was, just to like get on his nerves. It was
So
great.
then I like merged. My whole wardrobe was like black. And Paul's whole wardrobe was color
Because
and
I
like,
just
that
was
like,
happy and
that was
peppy
like.
and-
And I was also really happy, but I just wanted to be emo. But I wasn't emo enough.
Tracy-
I was not emo enough to be emo.
Listen, Tracy's at 3s and 8s, constantly manipulating poor Paul. I think 7s are pretty easily manipulated because we just don't want to be like
In pain,
And
yes.
so like if you just bring pain into the equation, it's easy to.
What a turd move. LOL, all these stories I live for. LOL, that's great. Yeah, it was fun. And honestly, we kind of came into our own in college. I think that college
Yeah.
was like a major time for us to like
Grow?
kind of grow and become our own people, but also
We actually had a lot of time of separation in college, even though we
Yeah.
lived together, we roomed together.
like
Like
our
I-
degree sets, like the first 2 years we were in every class together, and that was probably not good. And then
No.
the last 2 years of college, I went to a
We
business and
diversified.
I diversified. So I was doing a business school. I was doing business management as my major, and then went on to get a master's in organizational development.
I went into theater.
Yeah, so Paul went to the arts. So I think I was like in that time I was blaming Paul for choosing the arts over what we were pursuing as a YouTube career at the time.
Yeah.
And we weren't like doing that. We weren't like famous or anything. We weren't doing that well even. But I like wanted to put a lot of time in that. And Paul's time was completely taken up by theater. We both love theater, and we both are still
And we
dancers.
fought. That was probably the hardest time in our relationship.
That we actually fought.
That we fought
a lot.
We fought a lot in high school, but that's just normal. But like not in
the way that we did
the
in
way
college.
that we did in college. Luke was very bitter. He felt like, which makes sense. Like, what happened was we were pursuing YouTube at the time. We were making great strides. I am the artistic one, so I'm doing the editing and the filming in a lot of ways. You have now picked up a lot more of that.
But you were the main creative
I was
force.
the creative force. And when I took on theater
couldn't
and said
keep up.
yes, I couldn't keep up. I tried, but
If you look at that era on our
can't.
YouTube channel,
It
please
dips.
don't. But it dips major because I was in charge of everything and I had
Yeah.
no creative like background. And one of the things that made our content good was that we were balancing so much.
Yeah.
Like we were collaborative in all the elements. And
But what happened
And it
was
wasn't
Luke
at
just
all.
got bitter at theater
got
for
mad.
stealing me away from this dream that he had, even
and
though
then I fell
I
in
was
love with it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm wearing a Newsy shirt.
right. One of your biggest regrets, Luke. What was one of your biggest
Well,
regrets?
my biggest regret in college was there's no way that I could have done this.
No.
But my biggest regret is my my last semester of my undergrad was not doing Mary Poppins.
yeah,
And I wish I would have danced in Mary Poppins. Just to dance. I wish I would have
Yeah.
just danced in Mary Poppins.
I did a lot of things in Mary Poppins.
Paul was Bert and the assistant stage man. Paul did everything. Our senior year was crazy. Anyway, I didn't see Paul a lot in college, so that was a time of great separation for us and great independence.
Emily so Madison says that her and her twin, who are different genders, are really good friends and they hang out with their other friends all the time and they're really close. That's really great. It's cool to hear because I don't see a lot of that when I meet twins. A lot of times they like really want to be like their own people, which is like sad. And I hope that our niece and nephew that are twins are probably not going to be very good friends, but just personality wise,
Sorry, go ahead.
they may be really good friends. I don't know. They are very opposite, but they're gonna be cutie. Antoine, what's up? Is that Antoine Williams? Because I love him.
Oh, I love that. My brother and I have been in since preschool. Madison said, "Oh wow."
Right? Did you remember that?
No.
Oh, you could have taken my role as the lady.
You did it much better than I
Right,
could have.
you did a really great
You
job.
did a great
and
role
you
in that.
you very graciously supported that cast.
Like, is it really Anton Williams? Because if so, I love you so much.
Antoine, I miss you. I miss going on projects with you.
He says, "Hey Tracy Green." Oh,
Mariah, you let God work through you in that time.
she said,
I'm
"See."
so proud of you for that Mary Poppins experience. And I'm glad that we got to be friends during it.
Anyway, y'all.
Sorry, that was a
Love you, Antoine. Okay, so
Really-
that was like a weird rant.
Rant.
Went on to that.
That was,
okay.
but that was an interesting time in our twin relationship that I think it was
Right.
important to talk about.
Right, and
Uh-huh.
it was.
And we grew out of it.
We did. We grew a lot, and that was
One-
the right after I graduated with my
Guys.
master's. It was
When,
much better.
not. There was a moment. There was a moment that you kind of came to. Do you remember this moment?
I'll tell you the moment.
I know the
moment that I
moment.
was like, I forgave theater for stealing you for so many years was when I said, this is so stupid.
I love it. I love
Okay,
this story.
so Mariah and Paul had
Opening up.
season Mariah and Paul had season tickets to go see all of the shows at Starlight, which is an outdoor amphitheater,
Which
here.
we now
and the Broadway
volunteer at.
series was we now like work with them, but and actually this was a part of that a little
Journey,
bit that
yeah.
journey, but Mariah had to give up her seat for The Little Mermaid, the Broadway traveling tour, which the traveling tour is phenomenal, and it was the first time that they started doing the fly system.
I don't know about that.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Broadway originally had a.
You told me that the other day. And that's
I
what
know.
was thinking.
I was proven wrong.
Oh, okay, just kidding then. That was not true.
That's the
Regardless,
re-
she literally flies
revival.
all over the stage like she's underwater.
And sings.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
and it's a beautiful show.
The show itself is just wonderful. Also,
Beautiful.
it's a Disney musical, so it's beautiful and just lovely and amazing. So I saw this musical and we vlogged it and we left and I was like, okay, I can get over this. This is fine. I just love this so much.
theater.
I love it
because
so much.
it was like pulling teeth to get you to go to that.
Not
that one.
Not
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
true.
But yeah, theater. I was like, oh no.
And then after that, because we vlogged it, we were daily vlogging at the time. And before this, when me and Mariah would go, I couldn't take a camera. But Luke was coming with me, so I was like, let's just take our cell phones and we'll just like kind of make a vlog. And then they asked us the rest of that season, they gave us tickets to come back, even though I already had season tickets. But the shows we didn't have season tickets for, they would give us. It was.
Oh, the question from Lee K.
What
This
is
is,
it?
have you ever fought over a girl? Haha.
Li-
This has actually almost happened once.
Guys,
And-
hold please. We're just gonna. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
joke. That was a joke.
I was like, what are you doing? What's
Uh,
wrong?
I was pretending it was over.
Oh, is
like,
it?
I was like, okay.
Yep. No, so we did. There was one girl that we almost fought over, but
I
then,
don't wanna-
but
I
then
don't
I
wanna
rushed
talk about
it.
those.
It's fine. I rushed
You
it.
rushed
and then, I rushed in, and it didn't work
Courage.
out, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what? It only took me. I think I liked. We knew her for a short time before I was like, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay.
Yeah. So it was good.
Not that I didn't like her, but that like,
Yeah.
I knew that like your chemistry with her was better.
Yeah. It was good, but no, never
Yeah.
ever after that. So.
One problem about being a twin with the opposite gender is that we live in a small school. Oh, and he may date one of my good friends. Maybe weird, maybe not. I can see how that could be really weird.
That would be weird.
That would be weird. And it's funny to see that in movies, like not twins, but like siblings dating their siblings.
Did you
friend.
find for Stacy's mom?
Stacy's
No.
mom.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying? Sorry, go ahead.
A spot of tea.
No, we were saying something about.
no, about movies and how like sometimes you'll see that in, like in 8th grade.
Right.
No, was that 8th grade?
No, and
There was-
there's like all those.
What
yeah,
movie was that? Edge of 17 maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
There's like those storylines, and I can't imagine it being a twin and then having that issue.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
It might be. No, but I don't know. Okay. Are you identical or fraternal? We kind of asked that
Yeah.
question. I think that a lot of people just don't understand that question.
But you look like you must be identical. This is funny.
also not the question.
Not you asked if I was identical or fraternal. That meant
I'm trying to go through you because we only have 10 minutes left.
I know.
But do you guys switch places or confuse teachers? Now we were homeschooled, so we did not have that option.
And my
because
mother
my
knew.
mom couldn't tell us apart.
yeah.
Two, I remember trying to switch places and
With
fool
our cousins at a meal.
at like Pizza Hut or something one time, and it didn't work.
No,
they were
onto
apart.
it.
And
They were
then-
onto us.
Which one is better at sports? Which one is more outgoing?
So
This hits the head on what I think, and I was hoping it got to that. That's what I was hoping. That's one of the last ones.
Yeah,
it is.
It's good. Okay, so
That's
this
a
is
really
a really
good
good, a good question because
Took
don't freaking compare twins. It is really hard to just live life. Mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, that is
You can
hear it. It is really hard to live life your entire time being told how you compare to your twin. Sometimes
How
it's
you-
it's
how
not
you
always
measure
bad.
up.
How you measure
Yeah,
up.
or, like,
Luke
where
Luke
you-
has had body dysmorphia issues his entire life because as a child he was introduced by our good friends to other people as the fat twin.
Yeah.
He was not fat. He was just a little bit heavier than I was, and I was, sickly.
actually really in a lot of it.
You
I was
were
really-
healthy.
I was really actually had just a rounder face. That was
Yes.
really the issue.
And so
was
then
that.
Luke was the fat twin and Paul was the skinny one. And then when we got
And
older,
you were really not well.
and I just was not well. I was just sicklier. I just got
That's what my
sick
mom
more.
says. My
Yeah.
mom was like, "You were actually more like sickly."
sickly. So I was like kind of frail looking, and like so really thin.
But all that did is like make me feel like there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
So then that was
So
like,
now, even though you've been looking so good in the prime of your life since as long as I can freaking remember, you like still look in the mirror and think you look obese, and you don't.
it's not that I think I look obese. I think I know that I don't. But the thing is that there's still like elements of like, oh no, but that needs to be better. I don't like this, and
Whereas
things like
I
that.
got to the point where I was 200 pounds, and then it wasn't until I stopped comparing myself to Luke that I could actually lose weight.
Yeah.
It took that shift of a perspective to say I'm no longer comparing myself to Luke. I'm just going to be healthier to be healthier.
Yeah, for
and
me.
that was for me,
not
because
for,
I
not
want
for,
to. Because
not
I
for
want
my perspective.
Yeah.
Not for what people will say comparing me to Luke. Not,
I mean, that was a
just for
perk,
me.
but it wasn't the reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
I
before
think-
that, we tried to work out, we tried to eat healthy, we tried to do all this, and I could never lose weight.
And I did that obsessively because I was terrified of gaining
Yeah.
weight. I remember in my freshman year of college, everyone talked about the freshman 15.
Oh,
I was eating
terrified of
In
that.
fact, my fitness pal, because I started like getting on a fitness kick and I was like tracking everything. My fitness pal was emailing me, telling me I wasn't eating enough. food.
you needed to.
And they were like, "You have to. Are you recording everything? Because you don't. It doesn't seem good."
Yeah.
And so they were like,
They don't really do that
worried about
anymore.
it. They don't do that anymore
'Cause
because
I was-
people forget. To just
Yeah,
put
people
it in.
forget to put
At the
stuff in.
time, I was doing it for every meal. That was the problem. Is I was
Right.
actually implementing food for every meal.
Yeah.
And I was tracking water, all that stuff. And so that was a wake up call for me to be like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
like I actually as a 21-year-old or 20-year-old, I was freshman, 18-year-old, I need to like really be taking care of myself and not so.
And so I think that
it just
like,
really sucked. And we were so close
Yes.
in like our worlds. We were homeschooled, so we were always together. So
Yeah.
anywhere we went was together, and we were both very outgoing. And so we were kind of a target for kind of bullying too at times. So not that people bullied us by like weight shaming, because I don't really remember that. It was like more the introduction or like that. How do I tell you apart? Oh, Luke's fatter than Paul. Like that was
Yeah.
the thing. Like this smash up comparison.
And
it's
listen,
terrible.
I don't care if you actually use that to tell me apart. Never tell me.
Yeah, if you like,
Because
you're
there are
like,
some
"Oh,
people-
Luke's face is skinnier or sharper than Paul's.
I got-
well, shut
I
up.
was so
Don't
pissed.
tell me that.
Well,
I don't
Let me tell you
care.
something that pissed me off.
It just
I was about to blow a gasket. I had a friend who told me post college that the entire time we were in college, the way they were able to tell us apart was because she's like, "Oh yeah, you were just way heavier than Luke was," and I was like, "Okay, who was?"
don't tell me.
I'm not telling you.
Don't tell me.
Not on live.
But
Not
I
on
need to
live.
know.
No, and then but
Oh,
it wasn't just
let me
it wasn't
out.
just that one person. Over the next like couple months, there was a couple times where people told me
one guy without me ass?
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, that guy. Well,
he said
I-
you were looking good. No, wait, what's it?
But sometimes it's in the middle of a compliment that the compliment becomes
You
an
both look great.
insult.
Lee says, "You both look great. No need to compare."
Listen, we
The
didn't
thing
used to
is-
look like this.
The thing is regardless of that, regardless of anything, and I'm not blaming anyone. I don't
No.
think anyone on this stream has ever like outright compared.
And
me
even those
or-
people that
and
did-
even if you did,
It doesn't matter.
it's fine.
It's
We've
over.
moved on. It's over.
Yeah.
But there is, I think we're saying this more as a cautionary tale in the future, when you
Especially with
meet-
kids.
when
Don't
you-
do it to
yeah,
kids.
Oh, really? Don't do it to
Ever.
kids.
Don't
Even-
ever quit talk about their weight.
But like this one, talking about which one's better at sports, which one's more athletic. We know. I don't need you to tell me, and I also don't want to tell you. If I'm gonna brag, then I'm gonna brag.
But the
there's-
bragging sometimes, especially if they don't have a very good relationship, that braggery drives them farther apart.
right?
It doesn't help anyone. It helps
So if
no
you
person
ask
in
that
any
question,
way.
it doesn't really
Yeah.
help. If they bring it up like, "Oh yeah, I'm a lacrosse player and I'm going professional,"
And
and,
then,
Paul's like, "I'm a theater major and I'm gonna go be in Newsies and I'm a dancer." Obviously,
cares?
it's different.
They can bring that up for you.
But
Don't help
you
them.
can make the comparison in your head.
Yeah.
But you don't need to like
Ever tell them.
you don't need to like put them under a microscope and really like go under it, because it really is like see them for who they are as a person, as an individual, because I think that is where individualism comes in really really handy. Where it's like-
you may have moved on my and I'm salty about it.
but there is like especially with things like weight, trigger topics like weight, athleticism, that's a big one.
Honestly, no, it doesn't even matter. There's no
That's
category.
true. That's not a
Just the
category.
comparison in general makes you seem one is going to be better than the other.
Right, it's gonna be like
Even if the other
stack
person
you
has
up.
you're stacking a person up to say, oh, so
It's
you're
pedestaling
yeah,
people, yeah.
And I get it. I even ask kids what their favorite things are a lot, and I've stopped doing that. I'll go up to kids because I want to drive a conversation. I'll be like, what's your favorite movie, or what's your favorite
Why
character?
would you not do that?
But I still do that with little kids, but I don't do it with like twins, because I don't want one person to start talking about something and then that creates. I've just too many times have gotten into these comparison things with little kids, and I'm like, I can't with that anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think that if we're talking about twin toxicity, just don't compare. That's a big thing. And
I'm a LaCroix player. Same.
LaCroix player.
And
Anyone?
some twins may look like they have a really good front that looks like comedic or like they make a joke about it. But a lot of times those jokes come from a place of pain. Just know that. Know that if someone's joking about how their twin is better at something or that they like are implying that, that it's not necessarily always, it doesn't have to be. It could be out of a good place of good humor, but it could be a place of hurt.
Katie says, why would anyone even consider saying that? Even in private. That's like so rude.
Yeah.
Why would they say that?
I asked somebody one time to tell me what they really thought of me, and I'm never doing that again.
Who did you ask?
Oh, no, wait. I'm not going to say.
Oh.
I think I told you about this. It crushed me.
You did.
Don't tell me what you tell your friends about me.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Just don't tell me.
I don't want to know.
Even if I ask, just be nice and tell me you don't talk about me behind my back.
I don't talk about you. Wait, the twins? We don't talk about that.
Or unless you want to tell me really good things you talk about, then I'm fine with that. But my emotional threshold is
I
low.
break quarantine for nothing except fighting some hoes.
Yeah. Get 'em.
No.
Oh no, Paul, why?
I only say good things about you boys.
Well, thanks, Katie. I
appreciate
it. Lisa just said
hand
sanitizer. Same.
What a perfect emoji for this time.
Oh, look, that was a good article. Thank you for sharing that.
I looked at it.
I am here for it.
You know, I think that Lisa mentioned at the beginning of the stream something about an article that she sent me, and I need to go back and find it because I do remember something about it, but I don't really remember it all. And I'm wondering if I can find it, but maybe that's another topic for another day. But I think that a lot of times I think these things are like the questions that you should not be asking. Most of the time have to do with how to stack somebody up. Yeah. If you have to somehow in your mind figure out how to tell somebody apart, that's fine. If you want to ask, is there any like major differences that help you? Like we always tell people, my nose is crooked because I broke it twice, and Paul has a mole, and that's two very easy ways. Yes, I could be really insecure about my nose, and yes, I kind of am.
And back when I was heavier,
it doesn't matter.
It was hurtful, but Luke would use sometimes my weight as a distinguisher.
But
it wasn't out of a place of vitriol or like it wasn't a visceral like it wasn't.
Yes. I tried really hard.
You tried really hard not to, but a lot of people, even when I was heavy, would be like, "Oh, you're just heavier than he is," and I'm like,
"Yeah." I would try to say things like Paul's face is a little rounder than mine. I would try not to use weight as the issue.
Yeah, ever.
Because people would be like, "Oh,"
even if that's how you're actually telling someone apart, just don't mention it.
Like, yeah, specifically weight. It is such a toxic thing.
And maybe it's just for us, but
I think it's for us because we like. It's stupid. Don't ask anyone about their weight. I just don't.
I was about to set the twins born in different decades.
Oh, she said she sent it to me in text message.
Yeah. Anyway, that was deeper and a little bit more angry than I was anticipating to get.
Somebody did ask me. They said because somebody said one of the questions was, "Were you born on the same day?" And it is funny because Leanne said, "Well, I heard about these twins that were born at midnight, and somebody was born in a different millennia. Somebody was." Yes. Yikes. Okay. Sorry, guys. We do need to wrap.
We do need to wrap it up.
But you can be born on different days. I shouldn't like make a joke like, "Oh, of course not," because there are some twins that are born even in different.
If I was born on different days, it would be very funny, and I would actually use that a lot. But
I'd be like, "This is."
Also, I think most twins would be like super proud of that if they were born on different days.
Also, in that scenario, I would hate to be the younger twin.
It's funny, Hannah. You said that you can tell us apart by our voices. Our mother can't tell us our voices apart.
So I applaud.
So I applaud you.
We'll switch the phone and be like, "Mom, I'm giving the phone to Paul,"
and
then
she'll
still like think you're talking. to
30 minutes later, she's like, "Wait,
is this Paul?
Is this Paul?" I'm like, "Yes, Mom. It's been Paul for 30 minutes."
Also, if Mom's not here, we love you and we are so thankful for you. And Dad, I don't think they're on.
Real quickly, please start leaving prayer requests. We do pray for everybody at the end of the.
We pray for everyone at the end of the stream. I'm gonna pray over all of you right now. But go ahead and leave your prayer requests. It's 9:00 and I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
This evening, so we're gonna wrap
We're
it up.
very
so
hungry. We're kind of shaky.
Maybe why we're so emotional.
Hannah said that. Wait, I already said that.
Did she? Oh, Emily's older by 6 minutes. Paul's older by 13.
13. They had to flip Luke because he was coming out breech. He still came out breech.
Still came out breech. Breech, baby.
Natural birth.
What up?
Oh, that's Kearney, Nebraska.
1993.
Pray for a friend who's having. You go ahead and pray.
Okay, I'm
we'll
gonna go ahead and pray over
requests
everyone.
afterward.
We'll pray. We'll read them over after.
Yeah.
Father God, thank you for this day. I just thank you so much for all of the individuals who are on the stream, the twins who came to join us. God, thank you so much for just the new friends. I'm just so thankful for that. Thank you for all of our friends who are just returning. We're just so thankful for this family and this community of people who've come around us and just joined us during this time of quarantine and just bring some positive vibes, talking about twins, one thing we know a thing or two about. And so
Yes.
thank you so much for creating us this way. Thank you for the struggles that you've put us through that give us insight into what we should and how we should not live. Pray that you will continue to guide and direct us each and every day. God, pray for the people dealing with depression and anxiety during this time. Pray for the frontline workers, God, everybody dealing with, we're talking everybody who's on the front line, people who still have to go to work and have to face this virus. Be with each and every one of them. Put your shield of protection and health around all of them. Pray for the people affected by COVID physically, talking about the people who have actually gotten it, and also the people affected who have maybe lost people or are dealing with that, caring for somebody who's dealing with it, God. Be with each and every one of them during this time, God. We know that our country is in a mass, our world is in a mass kind of upheaval of uncertainty. I pray that you'll be with each and every one of us as we all have a different story, a different place, and a different perspective. But God, we know that you can bring us all together as one, and that you can comfort us in ways that we can never imagine. Bring us peace, God. We ask for peace today and wisdom. Pray for our leaders as they make decisions. Help us just to do things. Help us to be able to get through this quickly and effectively. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Okay, guys, we have a Patreon page. We're not asking you to go support us or anything, but unless you want to. But
Mom just got on for a little bit. Hi, Mom.
Mom, we just talked about twins.
We did. We didn't even talk about our birth story. Mom needed to. Sometime we'll have to have Mom tell the birth story.
Next time when Mom.
Next time.
We'll have Mom on the stream.
Yeah. Sometime when all this is over, maybe I'll go. I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and so we got some prayer requests. Hold on, Chris. Lisa said, pray for a friend who's having
Tracy,
home birth, waiting on a baby to be born. Oh, yikes!
Oof, yeah,
that's a big deal. We talk about Chris's financial. It's a little tight. Man. God, we pray for financial situations right now.
Mom, do you have any prayer requests?
Yeah, Mom, let us know.
Pray for Mom and Dad.
Pray for all the twins, especially those separated by the virus. That's actually not a bad thing to pray because I'm sure. Maya said Jesse asked prayer for school. Yeah, we'll be praying for Jesse. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Also, we
I don't know, hug after all this. I mean, I always do, but Katie, virtual hugs coming your way.
Virtual hugs. We're just giving you squeezes like
Mom,
this.
Mom, I'm just so happy you're here. Oh gosh.
I know, I love Mom.
Prayer for a smooth transition. Leanne said prayer for a smooth transition while working.
Love you, Han. Have a good week. We are here every Tuesday night from 9 to 10. So if you guys are new and want to come hang out again, every week just looks a little bit different.
Yeah, every week is a little different. Our roommate Matthew, who's not on tonight, he's doing some other stuff, but he's usually joining us, or we have other guests pop on. Not right now because of the coronavirus,
but you are always welcome to join us and to just hang out,
yes.
And share prayer requests even throughout the time. If you have something going on in your life, we are active on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you want to just hang out on any of those platforms, we'd love to have you and to be your friend there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely leave comments if you want to us to follow you back. We like to follow people, but sometimes, especially on TikTok, you just gotta find a obscure video and then just comment something on that one. And then we'll follow.
Pray for stimulus package or praise because Tracy got her stimulus package. Praise God, that's awesome. That is not what I wanted to do. Dang it! I'm trying to get all these. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Tracy, Luke is working tomorrow, but he's working at the other shop.
I'm working at Pendleton Heights.
Pendleton Heights, so go visit him there.
Y'all
if you
can hang out if you're in Kansas City.
You can't hang out.
Oh,
you can go and curbside hang out.
You can curbside.
Just be like, hey.
All right,
but
y'all.
it's like that TikTok. Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
Like that. You can do that.
Yes, thank you, friends. Hannah said her mom could use some prayer. You got it. I am putting
no.
if you don't.
It doesn't cut us off. We just have to cut you. We just have to cut it off. Otherwise, we will stay here for a long time, and we're very hungry. But we do love hanging out with you.
Does you cut you off if you go over time? No, not at all. But we just need to go eat.
Yeah. Hunger.
Y'all, thank you so much. If you want, you can go. Y'all can go follow us on Patreon and see all of these prayer requests.
When is your next live? We will be live next Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
9 to 10 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
So I don't know where
you're at, but we are here every Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at 9. And if you subscribe, you can hit the little bell, and it might notify you. But YouTube kind of hates us right now, so we don't know.
They don't actually hate us. They've never told us that, but they just don't notify everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Have a great week. Don't die.
Okay, bye.